Today I will talk about the simple present tense. This tense is used to describe habits, general truths, and fixed arrangements. Basically, it is used to describe anything that is true right now. For example, she likes eating ice cream is an example of the simple present tense. It was true in the past, and it is true now in the present. She likes eating ice cream. To use the simple present tense for a singular subject like he, she, or it, you will add an S sound to the end of the verb. For example, he washes the dishes. She eats an orange. The bird flies in the sky. For a plural subject or I or you do not change the verb at all. Just leave it in the base form. So, for example, they wash the dishes. We eat an orange. You sing beautifully. So here are some more examples of adding the S sound. Come turns into comes, order to orders, eat to eats, record to records, move to moves, and travel to travels. However, some verbs end in ch, s, sh, x, or z. And to make the pronunciation easier, we add es. So, for example, watch turns into watches, miss to misses, wash to washes, mix to mixes, and buzz to buzzes. When the verb ends in a consonant and the letter Y, we change the Y to an I and add es. So hurry becomes hurries. Notice how we replaced the Y with IES. Then study becomes studies, and reply becomes replies. So for these, the pronunciation is just adding an S sound to the end, and only the spelling is different. Some verbs, such as have, go, do, and be, are irregular, which means that they change differently. So, have turns into has, go to goes, do to does, be to is. Here are some variations on the simple present tense. For example, the negative. To turn a statement into the negative, you add do not to the sentence. And for a singular subject, you add does not. To create a question, you switch the order of the does and the subject. And you can use contractions, which is when two words are combined into one, such as do not becomes don't, and does not becomes doesn't. For example, I do not have a brother. To create the negative, you add do not between the subject and the verb. You don't need to worry about me. Here, don't takes the place of do not. We don't work together. Mark does not exercise. He doesn't eat healthy. Do you play the piano? Here, for the question, you switch the order of do and you. So normally it would be you play the piano, but here adding do at the start makes it a question. Where do you live? Does Jack play football? Where does he come from? What does Angela do? When does Rita usually get up? Now for some practice. What could you say about this scene in the simple present tense? You could say, he runs in the park. Now for these two pictures. The bird flies in the sky. The lion jumps through the hoop. Notice how for fly, the Y is replaced with IES. And for jump, an S is added at the end for the singular subject of the lion. What about these pictures? The first one could be they cry, and the second one could be he shouts out. For they cry, cry is unchanged because it is a plural subject they. But for he shouts out, shout has an S added at the end because of the singular subject he.